I believe in freedom of speech. I believe in the right to be allowed to have an opinion. If people want to believe Meghan Markle, that's entirely their right. I don't believe almost anything that comes out of her mouth, and I think the damage she's done to the British monarchy and to the Queen at a time when Prince Philip is lying in hospital is enormous and frankly contemptible. So if I have to fall on my sword for expressing an honestly held opinion about Meghan Markle and that diatribe of bilge that she came out with in that interview, so be it.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Hafeezat. I am a current events and lifestyle blogger, vlogger, YouTuber, Instagrammer, social media marketing extraordinaire. And today I am a British citizen. Not really. I was gonna attempt to do a British accent when I said that, and then I was like, Hafeezat, don't clown yourself. But you know, in it, bruv, love, you know. My family, I have family in London. I'm allowed to say this. That's my justification. I'm allowed to do this. Family in London, if you're watching, hello. I miss you. I love you. Mwah. Anyways. So today, if you could not tell by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about Meghan Markle's recent interview with Oprah and her husband Harry, who is a part of the monarchy, the British royal family. And we're just going to dive into it. So if you haven't watched it yet, it is going to be on CBS On Demand. It's not on Paramount Plus. I've looked at it multiple times, but at least people, if you live on campus, look on Xfinity on campus.com to see if your institution is a part of the institutions that are able to get Xfinity on campus for free. So they have it on demand on there for CBS. So that's where I watched it. I'm not going to dive into the details of the interview because a lot of the details are through, you know, you can find them via articles. There's videos up on YouTube about like little snippets here and there. But, you know, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were just talking about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. We're just talking about their bouts with the royal family and how they did not feel safe, comfortable enough to continue living there essentially with the rest of the family. And there were some points that Meghan Markle made in regards to her race and how that played a factor in the overall like severing of ties with the royal family. Because if you don't know, Harry and Meghan have decided to forego their royal duties and have decided to, like, you know, detach themselves from the royal family. I have my notes like always, so if you see me looking down, that's why. I don't want this video to be super duper long because, again, there's a lot of articles and stuff already out there that could definitely dive in deeper, but there's some things that I want to talk about personally when it comes to this situation. Okay, so first and foremost, if you want something done like the way they did it, you got to get Oprah. Oprah will give you show. Oprah will give you reaction. Oprah will ask the questions and will not stop until she gets the answer that she needs. I am very understanding as to why they went to her, of all places. Number one. Number two, there have been some questions about people saying, oh, well, if you want to stay out of the media, why would you go to the media? The thing is, though, the media that they want to stay out of are the racist media that are spinning half-truths and a lot of lies about them and their family. They want to stay out of that. They don't want to stay out of media completely, but they don't want false narratives spun about them. So what do? They take control of the media and they go to a source that they know will get the word out very well, which is Oprah. And they have every right to do that. Every single right to do that. It's interesting because it's like, you know, for example, like when it comes to like YouTubers or like influencers or whatever the case may be, social media people in general, media people in general, because they get such notoriety and limelight, etc., people expect them to just take all the abuse and hate, because it's abuse what people are doing in these comments and these responses. It's abuse. It's verbal abuse. What they expect people to do is just to take it on. They're supposed to be like, oh, you're supposed to be used to it. Oh, get over it. You know, you're a celebrity. You don't have feelings. No, they do. No matter how high up the totem pole of the hierarchical structure they are, People still have feelings. People don't deserve to be decimated by the public and the media on a regular basis just because they're a public figure. I understand why some people literally do not show their faces, outside. I know why people are recluses, because the media is a very, very unfortunate place sometimes. I love media, I'm in media, but I can also criticize media and how it's used in a negative way. So I don't see any issue with Meghan and Harry trying to take back control of their narrative by going to talk to Oprah. So wanted to get that out of the way. My take on the entire situation, though, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that there is racism in the halls of Buckingham Palace. I am not surprised by the fact that Meghan has had to deal with all of these things, even though she is a biracial woman, which we are going to get into in a little bit. That one drop of black blood in her, has stirred a frenzy. You've seen it, and I'm going to show you. There's literally side-to-side comparisons of how the media has dealt with Kate Middleton versus Meghan Markle, both marrying into the family and etc. They're so doting and loving to Kate, but they're so harsh and critical of Meghan, and they've literally done the exact same things. Speaking of which, of Kate, I also recently found out that it was Meghan who started crying because of Kate. Kate was not crying because of Meghan. If you haven't seen it, basically there was a news story that came out a while ago saying that Meghan Markle made Kate Middleton cry. And, everybody's in outcry. Oh my God, our dear Duchess or whatever like that. How dare does the black woman make this white woman cry, blah, blah, blah. Turns out it was false. Meghan shared that it was Kate who made Meghan cry. And it got spun by the media and the tabloids and they went out. Just your everyday dose of racism here. And when it comes to Meghan and her blackness, the thing is, she's biracial. Not only that, but she's a lighter skinned biracial woman. And I hate the think pieces that are coming out saying, oh, imagine if she were darker. We don't need to imagine, because every single day darker skinned black women have to deal with these types of things. Not from the royal family, but from just everyday life, everyday society, media. Black women, especially darker skinned black women, cannot live in peace without somebody commenting on their skin about how it's too dark, how they look like a gorilla, a monkey, how they look like tar, how they can't see them in the dark because they're too dark, all those things, how they're too ugly to wear X, Y, and Z, they can't have this hairstyle, they can't wear this makeup. It goes on and on and on every single day. I had to deal with it, and I'm not even that dark. But I was on that end of colorism and misogynoir from elementary up until a bit of high school. But I remember vividly in middle school a boy that was brothers with one of my friends. He saw me in I was performing at an event. I'm not gonna say too many details just in case they're watching, because I don't want to stir that up. But I was at an event and I had to wear makeup for the event in order to perform. And I was wearing red lipstick. And the person, he goes, ugh, your lips are so big, because I was wearing the red lipstick, and I did not like that. I did not feel good about myself that day at all. So yes, it's already well known that darker skinned women go through these things. So we don't need to imagine what that would be like if they were in Meghan Markle's shoes. But it's just really interesting because the one drop rule has the British royal family in shackles, to the point that they are questioning how dark Archie's skin color would be based on Meghan. Have you seen Meghan? Have you seen Meghan's father? Meghan's mother? Prince Harry? And you're worried that the child is going to be dark. So what if the child is dark? What are you gonna do then? What are you gonna do? That child is royal blood. What are you gonna do? And now Meghan and Harry shared that, they wouldn't even afford Archie, a royal title. His proper place in the royal family. They won't even afford it to him because they're so racist. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. I want to start talking a little bit about the media. So Piers Morgan is a head. I had to bleep that out just in case the algorithm doesn't like that. I don't know. But you understand what I'm saying. I'm gonna show you, let me play this clip first before I continue.
2 hours in the pub, she had a couple of dirty martinis and a couple of pints, we got on brilliantly. And then I put her in a cab, and it turned out to be a cab that took her to a party where she met Prince Harry. And then the next night they had a solo dinner together, and that was the last I ever heard from Meghan Markle. And I have never heard from her again.
So what happened?
She ghosted me, Ryan. Meghan Markle ghosted me.
Do you think she just went, gone?
I'm afraid, look, I really liked her. This is why it hurts. No.
So because Meghan did not want to do anything with him besides maybe just hang out with a friend, ended up ghosting him and going to meet, her Prince Charming, literally, at a different party, he felt slighted by her. And ever since that interaction, he has gone on racist tirades on his Good Morning show, like he's getting paid extra for it, because he's getting paid for it. But a woman ghosts you and you decide to just spew vitriol and hate because of your shattered ego. That looks like small pee-pee behavior to me. Small pee-pee behavior to me. Like, you don't have anything better to do with your life, Piers? And it's not until after thousands of complaints, as well as the fact that one of his anchors rightfully put him in his place, which I will also show.
What has happened with Prince Harry in this situation? He walked behind his mother's coffin at a tender age in front of the globe. That is going to shape a young boy for the rest of his life. So I think that we need to all take a step back. And I understand that you don't like Meghan Markle. You've made it so clear a number of times on this programme. A number of times. And I understand that you've got a personal relationship with Meghan Markle, or had one, and she cut you off. She's entitled to cut you off if she wants to. Has she said anything about you since she cut you off? I don't think she has, but yet you continue to trash her.
Okay, I'm done with this.
No.
Sorry, no, sorry.
Do you know what? That's pathetic.
You can track him, maybe, not mine.
No.
See you later.
I'm being...
Sorry, can't do
This
this.
is absolutely diabolical behaviour. I'm sorry, but Piers spouts off on a regular basis, and we all have to sit there and listen. 6:30 to 7 o'clock yesterday was incredibly hard to watch.
You see Piers storming out of the room. After that, he finally is leaving the team. But my thing is, he's been enabled for the past couple of years now. So I'm not going to applaud his anchor. I'm not going to applaud ITV. I'm not going to applaud that Good Morning show for finally getting him out, because y'all waited way too long for that. It's like back here in America with how they dealt with Donald Trump and him and his racism and his vitriol that he was spewing all over the media, all over Twitter, all over social media and everything like that. They expected praise and applause when they finally started cutting him off during showings of his press briefings, or when they finally banned him off every single social media platform. They were like, yes, give us praise, we did something good. No! You allowed him for the past 4 years to build up and fester a large-ass wound called the Trump base in order to gain such influence in changing people's minds incorrectly. And you want praise for finally cutting the plug while he's right about to get out of office? You're too late. You're 4 years too late. Same thing with Piers. You're too late. Because not just Meghan, but all the other things that Piers has said on that show. You're too late. The damage has been done. You have given this man a platform. You have propped him up. You have not condemned him at all. You're too late. Because he already has his croonies and his fan base. And even though he's gone from this, he still has his platform. He'll still be able to spew out vitriol and hate. Him denying Meghan from feeling her feelings, him saying that Meghan is saying that, oh, it's a lie that they're racist, and it's a lie that she was facing suicide. And every single person who agrees with him, or every single person who has said something similar, your friends are watching. Your friends are watching. Your friends are watching you say that suicidal thoughts are not serious, and that racism is not serious. They're watching you. They're watching you. And I hope that they leave you. because that's just unforgivable to me. And we want to continue on that. People praising him, not only his croonies and his fans, but also like his friends in the media. Sharon Osbourne, you're not exempt from this either. You're not exempt from this. Sharon defended him on the basis of freedom of speech. Fine, whatever. People can have their freedom of speech. I don't give a damn. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of being held accountable for what speech you do. You have the freedom to say whatever you want. That does not mean that you are free of consequence. And Sharon, you know, defending your racist friends is not it. Number one. Number two, demanding that black people, black women, educate you is also not it. And I'm going to show you a clip right here.
I will ask you again, Cheryl.
Yes.
I've been asking you during the break.
Right.
I'm asking you again. And don't try and cry, because if anyone should be crying, it should be me. This is the situation.
Yes.
You tell me where you have heard him say, educate me. Tell me when you have heard him say racist things. Educate me. Tell me.
It is not the exact words of racism. It's the implication and the reaction to it. To not want to address that because she is a black woman and to try to dismiss it or to make it seem less than what it is. That's what makes it racist. But right now, I'm talking to a woman who I believe is my friend. And I don't want anybody here to watch this and say that we're attacking you for being racist. And for that, if I articulated
I think it's
anything,
too late. I think that seed's already sown.
But that is why I'm saying for me. I'm saying for me. For me. I thought I was asking a question about the perception for other people. That's why I prefaced it with, I've never heard you utter anything racist,
Cheryl,
but I have felt that Piers was racist in his stance against Meghan Markle, and the last time he was on this show, I said as much.
Demanding that your black friends explain to you why the friend that you're defending is racist, gaslighting their feelings, telling them that they're not allowed to cry, seems a bit racist to me. Screams anti-blackness and misogynoir. 100%. Sharon, you are not absolved from this. That woman, I forgot her name, that woman who sits next to Piers every morning, who kept her mouth pink, didn't say a word, you're not absolved from this either. Every single bystander is not absolved from what this man has been able to create. Same thing with Donald Trump. Every single person in that party that did not stand up against him, call him out, hold him accountable, and just stayed as a bystander, you are also held accountable for those actions. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You see your friend doing BS, you don't call them out on it, I'm going to assume you're exactly like your friend then. No matter how much you love your friend, you should be able to call them out on their BS. If you don't feel comfortable calling your friend out on your BS, you need to reevaluate your friendship. The royal family in the British Empire was literally built on colonization and racism. So this is all not very surprising to me. Like, I'm not surprised by any of the revelations that Meghan made. I'm very disappointed that she had to deal with that. Very extremely disappointed that she had to deal with that. It's sad. It's sad. It's very sad. And for them to have to seek shelter from other people, for them to not feel comfortable enough to live with people that are supposed to be their family, you know, it's a sad thing, but I'm not surprised. And now you got the royal family doing photo ops of black people. Now, you know, articles are coming out from black employees and black staff and the princes going to clinics to talk to patients, and it's a game. It seems like a game to me. Like, they're like, oh no, I've been accused of racism. I have to pull out, you know, my contact list of all the black people that I know. Tell them to take a photo with me so that way people can see I'm not racist. I'm not racist. I know black people. That's what it's giving, you know. What's really, really interesting to me is how non-black British people and just like just white British people think that Britain is absolved of racism. Because the thing is, people will look into the US, right? They'll see our police brutality, they'll see Donald Trump, they'll see all of these things and be like, we're not that bad here. We don't have racism here. Everybody lives all golly jolly and everything here. That's exactly what they think here. That's what they think here. They think, oh, we're not racist here. We got Beyonce. Beyonce makes money. It's your fault that you don't make money. You have to pick yourself up from your bootstraps, just like Beyonce. No, it's systemic. It's a system. Same thing in the UK. Every little place that was touched or did a form of colonization is inherently racist, including the British Empire. Every place that they've conquered, every place that a white man has stepped foot in is touched with racism. Italy, France, British, US, Australia, New Zealand, etc. New Zealand and Australia. Have you heard what the Aboriginals have to deal with over there? The indigenous people of those lands are treated poorly. Same way that the indigenous peoples of these lands in the US are treated poorly. Same way as the indigenous Hawaiians of the US are treated poorly. In other countries in Africa, you have white people living it up in those countries, whereas the black people of those countries are impoverished, barely able to eat. All of that is at the hands of the British Empire. And there are still products of that colonization present in the empire to this day. And it's within the system too. There's countless of stories done that show from people from like black barristers to black doctors and nurses just facing racism. No matter what they do, no matter how they try to integrate into British society, they are never seen as fully British. Even if they were born and raised there, they still face racism. They're not seen as British. But you're saying, oh, we don't have racism here. That just seems like you're putting blinders on and you just don't want to address the fact that Britain is inherently racist. Same as the US. Same as many, many other countries in this world. Like, there's literal history about it. So for like non-black people to now come and defend the empire and the queen against Meghan, it's just, it's really, really like, I fear, because I'm like, how good is your education system then? Or are you just willfully obtuse? Like, are you willfully ignorant? Which many of you are. But what are they teaching in your history books? Like, I want to know. Like, I'm going to hit my cousin up because I want to know what she's learning. Because as far as I know, at least they talk about slavery, civil rights, etc. They don't talk about a lot of stuff in it. But they talk about it here. Even then, we have places in the South that are trying to do revisionist history and teach revisionist history lessons. It's all calculated, and it happens everywhere. So what's happening to Meghan is not surprising, because there is racism in the UK, same way as there is racism in America and everywhere else. You guys are not absolved from that. The Queen is not absolved. The entire British monarchy is not absolved. They're not. That's all that I have for this video. Weigh in your comments. Again, if they are unsavory, the YouTube algorithm will delete them, or I will. So be nice, please, or else you won't get anything from me. But with that, I am done. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Share this with anyone. Share this with anyone who needs to hear it. Your white grandmothers that are in love with Queen Elizabeth. That's all I got. I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.